What's going on, guys? F32 Mick here. In today's video, what I'm going to be doing is heading up to a company called Bluespark chip tuning. Now you would have seen, if you are a subscriber or have just seen my channel, you would have seen a video I done with a blue M1 35i Sunny's one. Bluespark actually seen that video on the lights, what they seen, and they actually invited me up. So I've got a 3-hour journey ahead of me, just south of Newcastle. So I'm going to head up there. We're going to get a box on my car. We're going to do some dyno runs as well, so before and after, just to show you guys exactly what the situation is with their box and how much power it is producing. Also, they're going to give me a tour of the unit. So yeah, guys, as I said, I got a 3-hour trip ahead of me, so let's go and do this. Yes guys, so I finally arrived here at Bluespark. Nice 3-hour drive. So as you can see, the car behind, it's just gone onto the ramp. It's currently being strapped down. So I'll quickly show you guys. It's looking mean on there. There you go. See, we're just getting it strapped down at the moment. Is looking so good up here. But yeah, what we're going to do now is get some stock runs done, just to see what we're dealing with, so figure wise. So this is the N47 engine. It should put out, well, from factory, 184 bhp. I can't remember the torque figure. It's around 380, I believe. I'll get those figures after, but yeah, we're just going to do some stock runs. Obviously we'll be able to show you on the screen once we get the runs, and then what's going to happen is we'll get the box installed and then we'll do some runs. Obviously once that's done, we'll get some figures out of that as well. So guys, this is Ed. He's going to give me a tour of the unit, so just explain who you are, what you do.
Yeah, sure. So my name's Ed, I'm Managing Director of Bluespark. I do most of our kind of product development and stuff. I try and commit a lot of time to that, though, you know, lots of other things always seem to get in the way. But yeah, I spend most of my time like developing the units, getting cars on the dyno, making maps up, just trying to make our products progressively better. Through here we've got 3.5 ton car lift and our dyno. It's a 2-wheel drive setup. It's capable of testing 90% of cars that are on the road, and it's been really good for all of our development purposes. Have considered upgrading to 4-wheel drive, but it's just it's a lot of cash to make that jump. But yeah, no, this really suits us down to the ground. It's really accurate, very repeatable, and like has really nice data logging facilities and stuff. Dead happy with it. We've got through here. This is another thing that's really useful. Our dyno fan. We built this. It's awesome at keeping cars cool. It's something that's often overlooked in dyno setups, and particularly for any kind of turbo petrol setup, particularly anything that's intercooled or charge cooled makes a massive difference and allows you to do lots of back-to-back repeated testing. Through here we've got our packing area, so I'm sure that you'll know we do the majority of our stuff goes out by a mail order. So we get to make up all of our units we design all of our maps, make off-the-shelf setups, so that we know that if somebody calls up looking for a unit for a 420D like yours, we've got plenty of past results, so that we can say, doesn't matter whether that customer is in Australia, Malaysia, or down the road in fence houses, we can supply a unit that we know should work, as long as their car's in good condition, that unit will make the figures and do what it's supposed to do. We've got a whole host of test equipment. We've got simulation circuit that's designed to test as if the unit was fitted to a car, so all of our stuff's quality control checked before it goes out the door. Keep plenty of stock of everything, so that if anybody is looking for a unit, generally until about 2 o'clock every day, we can get a unit and supply it to that customer for next day delivery. So as long as you're in the UK,
really good service.
Even internationally, we can get really quick shipping. Recently we've had customers ordering in Hong Kong, taking 24 hours to get from door to door.
Wow.
I don't think some of the shipping via DHL, I couldn't have got there if I'd put it in my pocket and got on a plane myself. But yeah, and then we do kind of bits of manual work. We've got CNC mill, we've got our lacquering station, so just set up to put conformal coatings on all of the units. All of that's UV reactive, so I'll show you on here. So you can see, wow, it's like a crime scene. You can see the traces of that, and so when that coating's applied, we can check that it's everywhere that it should be and nowhere that it shouldn't. Okay. So just allows us to keeps waterproofing on the circuit boards, and means that you can put that in an automotive environment and you know that it's not going to be exposed to the environment and have problems after a while, like you see on a lot of electronics, where you don't go through those kind of procedures. You don't do coatings and stuff that, it might work fine for 6 months, but then when it's in a harsh environment, you get problems. And here we've got our programming software. So you can see we've got a whole lot of different options within that, and this gives us a lot of scope to adjust the units, so they're not just a resistor in a box like some people think. We've got a whole host of different options that we can select, and we've got 3-dimensional maps that we can set up specifically for any given car. We can set stuff in relation to lots of different channels. Our newest units are 8-channel capable, so they're like a mini ECU rather than just like a box that can offset a single signal. That's pretty much it. I could happily talk about what we do for days, but I hope that gives you a little bit of an overview. Is there anything else that you'd like to ask?
No, you've literally covered everything. It's awesome. A really, really nice place. Hospitality's 10 out of 10. Products 10 out of 10.
Well, pleased to hear it, but really nice having you.
That's fine. Thank you so much. So guys, we finally done our stock runs. We done, well, 2 runs. The first one we achieved 182.9 horsepower and 380 newton meters of torque. The second run, which you can see there, is 176.3 horsepower and 384 newton meters of torque. In the second run, he did explain to me there was a slight bump, so that's why the figure was down. But what we're gonna do now is get the unit fitted to the car. It's looking gorgeous. But yeah, we're gonna get the unit fitted to the car and then do some runs and see what we're getting. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Me personally, I thought my car was severely underpowered. But yeah, it's around where it should be. Especially it's got 120 on the clock as well. So yeah, I'm really happy. But yeah, I'm just gonna get our box on and then, as I said, do some runs. Yes guys, so what we've done is we've done 2 runs now with the box in, so the green and yellow. So for the green one, that was the first run, we got 191.2 horsepower and 437 newton meters of torque. Then for the second run, you can see here we've got 192.8 horsepower and then 440 newton meters of torque. Now what Ed's going to do is he's going to do some tweaking. He did say he wants to get more power, so horsepower out of the box. So he's going to do some tweaking, and he said we should be able to obviously hit it well into the 200s. So I'll just let him do his thing. But yeah, I'm well happy with these figures already. That torque, that's what matters in diesels. It's all about the torque. So I'm over the moon with that. Forgot to mention, sorry, it's 3 runs that we actually done. So So top line here, I got 196.2 and then 442 Newton meter torque. That's opposed to the 2 runs I've just explained to these 2. So that one's a first run, that was the second, that was the third. So guys, here's the figures. Now Ed's just going to talk us through everything.
Yeah, sure. So, as standard, the car's, it was making 177 horsepower roughly, and it's got a nice smooth curve. Like it's making totally perfectly decent figures. It's like a little tiny bit down on what the factory quote, but you do get a variance car to car. That's kind of to be expected. Once we've got the box on, we've gone through a few iterations, as I'm sure you've seen, and we've got to where we're at now. Normally I'd like to see a little bit more peak power, but it's not unusual to see, again, some variation between cars. This one in particular is making fantastic gains right through the mid-range. I mean, particularly here, you'd notice at this point we're at sort of 4,400 RPM, and you're now making the same power back here at sort of 2,600 RPM as you were right at red line previously. So it's just going to make the car so much more punchy to drive, and really it's this part of the rev range that most people are using on a diesel. You're not generally spending all of your time up here. So whilst a lot of people will really focus on peak gains, like whatever the numbers are doing, if we had like a flick up at the top end, yes, you would make great numbers in terms of power, but would the car actually be better to drive?
Yeah.
Probably not. So yeah, I think that'll be really, really nice, and we'll see what it's like on the road, but I'm happy with those figures, and I think that the car will drive lovely.
Yeah, I'm really, really, really happy with those figures as well. Like, well, as you said, 176.9 to 201 horsepower, 1.4, and then the torque is 460 opposed to 385.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm more than happy. I'm more than happy. Yeah.
Yeah, like a 75 Newton meter torque gain, and that's gonna be really, really substantial on this. Like it's, that's a hell of a change. So yeah, no, I'm happy. We'll get this unstrapped and go and test it out and see what you think.
Yeah, that's perfect. Thank you.
No worries.
Yes guys, so finally back after a long drive. Oh man, wow, what a difference that box has made. Like I'm genuinely saying this is my honest opinion. This box is 110% worth it. It is oh my god, performance wise the best thing I've done to this car, hands down. Obviously you guys seen the figures on the dyno. The dyno doesn't lie. Wow, it is just perfect. I'm not going to talk about full drive now because I'm going to leave that to another video. I should film it in about a week or so, seeing how things go. But yeah, in that video I'm just going to give my initial impressions and just talk about what difference it has actually made to the car and how it does drive. But yeah, once again, thank you so much to Andrew and Ed and the rest of the team for the hospitality while I was down there after them inviting me. Really knocked me for six when I received the DM. But yeah, it was an excellent day. Now I've got an excellent product sitting on the car as well. So yeah, can't complain at all. But yeah guys, if you did enjoy this video, please like, share, subscribe. As I said, I'm going to make a follow-up video to the box as well. So yeah, make sure you're locked in to see that. So yeah guys, thanks for watching. Have a nice day.